Angelo will flow. Angelo will flow. I paint pictures with poses.
Now, growing up, did you always want to be an artist, or?
Yeah, I mean, it was more or less like, I wanted to have the opportunity to express myself and the opportunity to kind of like, spread like, I guess, a message or just being able to say my piece, really. So yeah, I knew I wanted to express myself in some form. I didn't know music was going to be at the time because, I used to draw a lot. So I thought it was going to be
really?
more, yeah.
What kind of art were you into?
Just, like comic book art, video game art, just trying to draw, I mean, I lost a hand for it a long time ago, but it's basically...
I'm sure that's not true.
I tried. But yeah, it's basically trying to find a way to express myself in some form. So that's basically what, this project and what the subsequent projects will be. Just basically, creating a venue for me to basically say what I feel and express.
And are there any other artists you look up to? Any other singers or songwriters?
I mean, I don't.
Anyone you draw inspiration from?
I mean, I have a few. I mean, I won't say like people I look up to, like is inspirational, but there's people that I've always liked. I've always been a fan of like, the mid '90s, early '90s hip hop kind of stuff. So like, the early Nas, the early Jay-Z stuff. Early Def Squad, Wu-Tang, Boot Camp Click, NWA, Dog Pound stuff, like, there's a whole bunch of artists that I've liked and say that, this is, like, I like this kind of music. So, I mean, I don't hear as much of it anymore, but, there's always, even today, there's always, like, new artists coming out that make music that I like and, inspires me and that makes me appreciate their perspective and makes me want to be more creative in my music, so it's always changed. But
yeah, and how do you feel about this change? Also, like what the road hip hop has been going on.
I guess it's just evolving. Everything that grows has to evolve. Everything that's ages has to evolve. It has to change of some sort. So I mean, I don't like everything, but it's all a matter of like. That's what change is. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as people understand what the history it is and what the past of it is, then, it's fine. Just because, things can't always stay static. If things stay static, then they will get boring. It's that change that makes it controversial, that makes it exciting, that makes you want to say, oh, this is the brand new thing coming out. So, maybe I'll pay attention to this and, see where this goes. So, I guess... it's all love.
Do you have any ideas for your future projects? Will that be spring after your winter
Well,
album?
I think, I'm going to be working on the summer one right now, I think, Then...
I like that. That's my favorite season.
Oh,
so.
okay. Cool, awesome.
I'll be staying tuned.
Okay, that's great. That's great to hear. So then, I'm not sure which one I'm going to do after that, but, I mean, once I'm done with those 4, then it'll be like an actual, mixtape project. Then an actual album after that. So, it's basically a plan that's in place. It's just basically making sure it stays on schedule for the most part.
Right.
So.
And do you have any tips for future aspiring musicians?
It's basically, I guess stay true to what you do. It's a cliche, but it's a cliche because it's true. Be honest with yourself in your music. Think about what kind of legacy and impact you want to make with the music, because it's easy to, to try to make a song because you think it's hot, try to follow the trend, but then try to imagine yourself 5, 10 years, 20 years, like, how do you think that song will, be placed within your catalog, so try to think about that as well, like, 'cause that's important, because that also helps you shape who you want to be as an artist. So think about that. Always look for inspiration. Like don't think that you yourself can draw inspiration from yourself all the time. So always look for new places. I mean, new genres of music. Television, movies. Your own life, your people's lives. Just look for something that makes you want to say, you know what, I want to make something about that. I want to write something about that. So I think just doing those things, you always find a way to be creative and reinvent yourself.
Great. Well, thank you so much for
Yeah.
being here with us. And you guys have to stay tuned for the relaunch of our website. And I hope to see you here again soon.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
Appreciate it.